Paul Morrow here. This is another edition of Smart Financial, and I want to bring you up to date on something that's just come up, which is really important, that has a lot to do with our grandparents and parents who have IRA accounts, individual retirement accounts. A little bit of quick history. 1974, ERISA was passed, the Employee Retirement Income Security Act. They created 401A, B, C, D, K, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But the key thing was IRA accounts. We were able to put away $1,500 originally, and it worked its way up to like $7,500. We all signed a piece of paper at that time. Me too, I was included. I was working then. It said, you won't pay any taxes today. You'll pay whatever tax we want to charge you when you take the money out. Now, I don't remember that fine print. I don't know about you, but here we are. Let's fast forward 50 years, right? So I've been doing financial plans. We just sold a practice that I had been in for 50 years. We did about 4,000 financial plans. And I have to tell you, over the years, this issue crept up on a lot of people. So now we have retirees, parents and grandparents with large IRA accounts. It's the largest savings program in America. So what's the issue? The issue is that if you were successful and you made too much money, you were never able to participate in the Roth IRA program. Now, Roth IRAs came along later, and so did Roth 401ks. But for those people that started saving and working in a pre-tax retirement fund, like a 401k or a pre-tax IRA, right? In many cases, they weren't able to qualify to get into a Roth. So where do they find themselves? Well, I'll tell you a story. We had a client come in, he's in his 70s, very successful guy, super saver, very frugal, huge ethnic family, Italian Americans like my family. They came here, they worked hard, they did the Horatio Alger thing, they saved, they invested. They've got children, they've got grandchildren, and all of a sudden he woke up one day and he realized that he was very fortunate. He was very blessed. He had a ton of successful children, doctors, lawyers, people in New York City, California, New Jersey, neuroscientists, etc. Folks that were in maybe a 60% tax bracket. And it occurred to him after we did the analysis that if you leave your IRA to your children or grandchildren, right? In some states, they may lose as much as 60% in income taxes. Yeah, let me say that again. You leave your IRA to your children or grandchildren, it's added onto their income, in many cases increases their tax bracket, or if they're super successful and they're a plastic surgeon in Manhattan, they're already at the top tax bracket for state and federal and city tax. So let me reassure you, your children and grandchildren do not want your tax bill. They'll take your money, but they don't want your tax bill. The only person that can inherit an IRA and not pay a tax is a spouse. Everybody else is called a non-spouse. So how do we fix this? We actually went through his estate, and as I said, he was a pretty successful guy. And we had a couple of goals. Number one was to try to get his estate down a little bit for the purposes of the death tax, which occurs here in Massachusetts, New Jersey, and other states, right? And also, he wanted to leave his children 100 cents on the dollar. So we did what we call a Maxi Roth conversion. And a Maxi Roth conversion is we converted about $1.5 million of his IRA to a Roth. And when he looked around what we could do with that money, there's a number of firms out there now that are paying deposit enhancements. You'll see them on the radio and the television, put your money with us, we'll give you 1% or 2% or something like that. Well, we did a Roth conversion at half off because his tax bracket was 40%. And he got 20% tax-free money added to his Roth. So let me say that again. His $1.5 million IRA, the day we converted it, became $1.8 million. And for him, it was like sneaking another $300,000 into his Roth for the kids legally. Of course, what's the only negative thing about paying for a Roth conversion? It's the income tax. So if we can get your income tax effectually cut in half, it's a much more palatable transaction. Also, it ends your required minimum distribution, it lowers your income for the income-related Medicare adjustment, and you can leave the money in trust, because leaving an IRA in trust to your grandchildren is very, very difficult, right? This guy wanted to protect that money, so it stayed with his family. So of course, doing a Roth conversion allowed us to leave the Roth to a trust for his grandchildren. These are all the good reasons to get the information from us. This is actually Chapter 9 in Smart Financial Grandparenting. We're going to be doing online webinars about this, and we're going to be doing some in-person meetings, but reach out to us. All the social media things are down there below. You can click on it, request information about Roth at half off, which is a technique for enriching your children and your grandchildren and getting some of other people's money. I'm Paul Morrow. I'm the author of Smart Financial Grandparenting, and I'll see you again next time on Smart Financial.